The sound at Sinai. Do we hear its echo today? Welcome to a brand new weekly Parsha Thoughts this week as we enter the holiday of Shavuot. I'm Cantor Spiro from the Song Shul, and it's time for us to receive the Torah. The Torah was given in the wilderness to show that Torah belongs to everyone equally. On that very first Shavuot, we all stood together, united as one people, to remind us that no Jew stands alone. Ramban Nachmanides adds that Sinai was not merely a moment of law-giving, but a renewal of the covenant between God and Israel, comparable to a spiritual marriage. Torah is not just information, it is a relationship between God and His chosen people. The Torah that was given to all of us on Mount Sinai contains lessons on responsibility, as well as the blueprint in keeping us together to realize our potential in life's journey. These messages are strikingly relevant today. You see, we live in a world of polarization, noise, and rising hatred again in the 21st century, including growing anti-Semitism in major cities around the world like London, Paris, New York, and of course right here in Toronto. Too often people define themselves by division rather than by shared purpose. Shavuot reminds us that Jewish survival has never depended solely on strength or numbers, but on unity and responsibility to one another. Sinai transformed a collection of individuals into a united community. Perhaps that is the deepest lesson of Shavuot. On Shavuot, we read the story of the book of Ruth, a quiet, deeply human story, a beautiful contrast to the thunder at Sinai. At first glance, Ruth's journey seems almost too ordinary for a festival celebrating revelation. There are no miracles, no splitting of the seas, no prophetic visions, just loss, loyalty, immigration, poverty, and courage. Perhaps that is precisely the point. The Torah was not only given in dramatic moments, it must also live at home, in fields, within family tensions, economic struggle, and especially acts of kindness. In fact, the book of Ruth is Judaism's refusal to see people as outsiders. Ruth, the Moabite widow, enters Jewish history not through power or pedigree, but rather through commitment, both to her mother-in-law and, more importantly, to the Jewish people. As she says, "Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God." Today, when society often pressures people to define themselves by tribe, politics, or identity labels, Ruth teaches a radically different idea. Greatness begins with responsibility towards others. In the book of Ruth, Boaz notices the vulnerable when others overlook them. Ruth chooses loyalty over convenience. Naomi rediscovers hope after bitterness. Shavuot is therefore not only about God giving the Torah, it is about becoming the kind of people worthy of receiving and carrying it forward. Revelation is incomplete unless it changes how we treat the lonely, the stranger, and the forgotten. Revelation did not end at Sinai. Every act of unity and courage matters. The thunderous sound of Sinai matters less than its echo. The echo can still be heard today. The echo is the way in which we live a strong Jewish life. Chag Sameach.
This week, members of the Song Shul observe yortzites for the following people: Helen Cohen, Chaya, mother of Mark Cohen. And we remember the father of Molly Finkelstein, David Joseph Salzberg, David Yosef, whose yortzeit was on the 28th of Iyar. May their memories be for a blessing, and may their neshamot have aliyot at this time. This week we celebrate the birthdays of these members of the Song Shul: Rosette Rutman, Harvey Kaplan, Alan Garber, Eden Granovsky, Nelson Rubin, Alan Lipman, Rodine Stein, and Lynn Poslins.
Mazal Tov and Yom Huledet Sameach to all our Songshul members celebrating birthdays this coming week. And for those of our Songshul members commemorating yortzites for your loved ones, may you all have Chaim Aruchim, long life. And may the neshamot of your loved ones have an aliyah at this time. And we all say, Amen. Well, here we are. We've got a lot going on at the Songshul over Shavuot, and you'll find everything on the Songshul website at songshul.com. But here, quick summary. Here we go. Tonight, we kick off exclusively for Songshul members with our Tikkun Leil Shavuot. We've got 3 awesome learning sessions running between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m., along with, obviously, lots of wonderful cheesecake, coffee and tea. But you do need to register. And tomorrow morning, we will have special atrium services for the first day of Shavuot, once again exclusively for our Songshul members, followed by a fabulous festive Kiddush. And it's going to be really a truly intimate atmosphere for this service because we're featuring select members of the Toronto Festival Singers. So if you've yet to register, you're almost out of time. And a quick word on that. Listening to the Toronto Festival Singers sing live at the Atrium Shavuot service is going to be very, very special. You'll never hear them more up close than you will this Shavuot, first day Yom Tov. Quite awesome. Of course, finally on Shabbat morning of May 23rd, we welcome everybody to our second day Yom Tov services, which will include Hallel, the additions for Shabbat, and our beautiful community Yizkor, all at Bialik Hebrew Day School. And of course, with the full complement of the Toronto Festival Singers. As I said, all the details and registrations are available right on the homepage at songshul.com. And let's not forget, Jewish Music Week in Toronto kicks off Sunday evening. There are going to be so many opportunities to experience great, fabulous Jewish music throughout the city and all this week. You do not want to miss out. Between morning, afternoon and featured evening events, free and paid ticketed events, there's a little something for everyone of all ages. Head over to jewishmusicweek.com for all the details, tickets, and to browse that wonderful interactive event book. Absolutely brilliant. So for now, we look forward to seeing you at the Songshul over the next couple of days. Wishing you all a beautiful Shavuot. Chag Sameach.
Little Spiro.